Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful holiday, and I'm sure everyone here is very happy to be back. Aren't you guys?
Oh, yes.
So, in the last episode, you caught a certain drow. You got 4 wonderful new mounts that can carry 2 people, or 1 person and 1 center.
At near supersonic speeds.
And during the break, you also, you whipped Elnath a bit to get him to work because, he's a bit of a lazy guy. So you whipped him to work and he built you a brand new area with jail cells and stables. And he also extended the farm for Alara a little bit and planted some special seeds that I'm sure she'll be telling you all about in her own time. With that
I don't remember whips being involved.
With that said, shall we all get going and get to beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So here's the owl cats and here's the owl cat and the eagle dogs in their full glory for you all. Okay, I've done the sound effect. You can all see them. Okay. So, the dawn of the 3rd day dawns. Let me try that again. I know, Dennis. So, after 2 days, you wake up on the 3rd day, and the new area is completely open. After capturing a certain Felicia, you are now left to decide what you want to do with your new prisoner.
Alright, well, since but Alex first off looks to Alana and says, so, how confident are you that you can convince her to just give up what we're looking for?
I have ways. I have an idea. Like, not to use it too much.
Good, because honestly, if I'm honest with everyone here, I mean, I'm good at talking to people that, I kind of want to be on my side and stuff like that. Like, this is just me being wholly honest with you guys. But thing is, I hate her, so I don't think I'll... Pardon?
Understandable.
So I don't think I'll be of much help here. I am very sorry, guys.
I'm gonna be honest. It's if Alara can't get her to give it up willingly, I'll just slit her throat. I'd be perfectly happy to do it myself.
And well, we can just resurrect her. So yeah, true enough.
Yeah.
But look, we are trying to avoid killing here, so that's worst case scenario. So, keep the dagger at the ready when all else fails.
Yeah.
All right, well, anyway, he looks back to Allah, and all right, well. So you said you're pretty confident, but you don't like to use it.
That's true.
All right, well.
But I'll still try normal means before I go to that route.
Okay, well. Do you mind if we send you in first? I imagine being ganged up on probably would raise her guard a bit, So just a one-on-one might be a good idea. If something happens, if something happens, you scream and we'll come running.
Alrighty.
Right. Good luck.
Thank you. And she heads down to the jail cell area.
And Vierna's gonna follow, stopping while she's still out of view.
Dennis is going to keep an eye within range.
So, as you move over to the cell, you both easily notice how quiet it is as she sits there on the bed of hay. When you first brought her in, she'd been swearing up a storm and making threats, but after about a day, she started to fall silent. She watches you approach, but she just seems to be watching you warily.
Alar gives a soft smile as she continues her first method. She approaches the cells and just looks to Felicia with an honest smile, a carefree one. So, how you doing in there? I know it must not be the best situation, but it's what we have to do for right now, sadly. No response.
It could be worse, she eventually says.
Oh, at least you're able to talk. That's good to hear, at least. She goes to the garden and hands her, or gets one of the fruits there and drops it out right at the bars and just hands it to her.
She takes it and begins to eat it, without a care in the world.
Can I study her stature? What check would that be?
Well, you already have a ridiculous passive perception, so you don't have to roll anything.
Okay, so what can I tell from her demeanor so far?
She knows that she can't get out. She knows that the moment she tried to break out, you guys would just try to kill her or polymorph her again. So she's just making the most of a bad situation and just conserving energy. She knows
Okay,
if you were going to kill her, you would have done so.
I guess a soft sigh. So, we're gonna need something from you, and I'm pretty sure you got a good idea of what we need.
Nowhere?
Oh, no, we need that pack weapon of yours.
My
Can you
packed
just
weapon?
Yeah, we need that badly for our mission, and it's not your mother we're after.
She brings her hands to her chin and thinks for a moment before taking a bite of the fruit and says, "Well, if you bring me another weapon, I'll attune to that, and that will unattune me to this packed weapon, so how does that sound?"
Olar hands her staff and just drops it.
Alright. Felicia takes it and she says, "It's gonna take me a while to attune to it, you understand? It's not an instant process."
No, I understand. However, if you do anything funny while we're here, I'll have no hesitation.
I know. I've been kidnapped before. And she focuses on the staff and she remains like that for is it
An hour. It takes an hour, so you can basically do it during a short rest.
So she takes an hour to do that. Do you wait the entire hour or what do you do?
I'm on guard for the entire hour.
Alright.
I'm actually gonna play a song for her. A soothing song.
Okay. Vienna, what were you saying?
Yeah, I am also on guard just behind the wall.
Okay. Everyone else, what are you guys doing?
During the hour, I guess Alex just strikes up a quiet conversation with someone. So, Gagra?
Yeah?
What are you planning on spending your money on?
The money we got from nowhere?
Yeah.
Not too much, I hope. This technically isn't my money. It belongs to... If anything, it belongs to you.
No, it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to nowhere, but... Look, it hurt... Look, I made it no secret. It hurt. It hurt going back there. It hurt just seeing my home like that. Just... Alex is clearly, yeah, he's still suffering from saying nowhere as it was. That's what she's doing with every other place. Just hollowing it out and turning it into just a cash cow for money. I seriously hope everyone's alright.
We're going to fix this, Alex. Once we deal with Jule, everything will go back to the way it was.
I know. And we have more than enough allies.
Fiona, we can hear you messing with stuff.
Oh, sorry.
It's just... If it was this painful for me, I can't imagine how painful it would be for you to see Lundruck.
I can only imagine. That's where I can't even. It terrifies me to think what she's done to what Julia has done to all the people I knew back at the castle, guards, the servants, parents.
Mind you, though, she's always had your dad on her payroll.
Yeah, I'm never gonna forgive him for what he did to me and Alar.
And she has the gall to say she had nothing to do with that. Absolute bullshit.
Maybe she didn't. Maybe my father acted on his own accord for that one moment. He's crazy enough to try.
Well, I don't know. I find it hard to believe. A schemer like Jule, she'll lie through her teeth just to get her way. But I have no evidence of it, so it's not like I can prove it.
Well, I was paying attention. I was paying attention to her mannerisms when we first met her, and there was nothing in her there was nothing in her body language that indicated she was lying. So either she was telling the truth or she's just that good of a liar.
Well, you hear Alex mumble something under his breath.
There's also the fact that she can modify people's memories to consider.
Yeah, because, it's not like fucking wizards were stupid powerful enough already. Now they can just pop open your head and go, oh, well, let's see what's going on in here.
But I was thinking
Mother almost never lies.
I was thinking more to the possibility that that she modified her own memory to forget ordering my father to do what he did to me and Alar, so even she would believe her own lie.
I'm not sure if that's possible.
Mother doesn't lie. She'd much rather the truth.
Forgive me if I find that hard to believe.
No,
because
she doesn't lie. She just she'd much rather twist the truth.
So she doesn't lie. She just tells the truth convolutedly.
Yep. Well, she'll never say anything that would get. Let me put it this way: she'd never say anything that would get and that would set off a zone of truth.
Well, considering she's a 400-year-old hag, I'm not surprised she knows how to lie she knows how to do that convincingly.
So it just goes to show just how arrogant she is. Somebody who doesn't need to lie is somebody who doesn't think they need to lie is the kind of person who thinks they can do anything.
Yeah, well, the problem is, she's still a wizard. Bones can still be broken.
True.
Okay.
By the way, did Alar give you
I have seen that woman turn into a drag. Again, like I have mentioned this before. I feel like it's not going to be that easy.
Yeah, well, in case you've forgotten, we have a dragon too.
Elnath outright said that he doesn't know if he could beat her.
Yeah, and that's why us having as many allies as we possibly can is important. Because if he can't beat her in a straight fight, we'll outnumber her.
By the way, has Alara told you the details of what I discovered was Andra?
What was that again? Sorry. What did you discover on her?
Apparently Dra had a modified memory and a dominate person on her.
Again, not
Which-
surprising.
What is worrying though, which I'm not sure if she actually told you that, but dominate person has a duration of 8 hours with an 8th level slot or higher, and it was lasting for longer. And the modified memory should only be able to edit 10 minutes, yet it removed several weeks.
She bought her when she it turned we'd only just found out that she had modified my memories back when I was a boy. That would have been at the most 10 years ago.
You can do that with a 9th level spell. You just can't edit a span more than 10 minutes, or you shouldn't be able to.
Well, here's the thing. He looks to Vierna. You said that she's an enchantment wizard, correct? Specializing in enchantments?
Yep. Yeah. Opening. Yep. Just flicking open your mind and doing tricks with it is kind of what they do.
There you have it. I've even studied this myself in preparation. Enchantment wizards can alter memories like, well, as easily as breathing if they wish.
Especially when they're the memories of a defenseless child.
By this point, Felicia looks up from what she's doing, and the quarterstaff you had, Alara, vanishes, and she simply offers you the sword.
Thank you for being cooperative with us.
The question is now, will you be killing me, or will you be letting me go?
That isn't for me to decide alone. If it was my vote, you'd be left alive right now. Which is why you're still here. She sounds like emotionless as she says this.
Well, I've given you what you wanted.
You have. There's one more thing. This time, this one's a little bit more personal matter, however.
And that is?
I actually have a pain hatred for this sin for my own reasons. Things that I don't
She
look
rolls her
fondly of.
eyes.
Well, I figured you'd say that. Alara attempts to cast fear on her.
No, she was rolling her eyes at you saying that you have a hate against the sin, because who doesn't hate the sin?
Oh, okay.
Like, oh yeah, that's a total shocker there. Like, that sort of eye roll.
Breaking news, the sky is blue.
Pretty much.
I know you're not related to what happened to me like many months ago, but I just thought you know that it isn't my say what or my actions that led me here with you. It's just you seem a little more self-centered and a lot more different than I anticipated whenever I was going to walk in here today.
She stands up, and then she reaches out a hand and grips the bars, and she leans forward, giving this sickly sweet smile, and she says, but that would give you what you want. You want reactions. You want me to shout. You want me to scream. You want me to prove every little thing about me that you want right. You wanted me to fight back. You wanted me not to give you the sword. I know how you will work. And I will not allow it. She then turns and sits back down, with a sort of smug sense of satisfaction.
Alar only grins. It's true. I wanted revenge. I wanted to torture you even. That was my plan all along, to be honest. If you weren't going to cooperate, that's what I would have done.
I know. Like I said, I've been kidnapped before.
I'm sorry to hear that about your past, though. Regardless, my needs and wants are not what brought me here, as I said. It's my duty.
Well, let me know if I can help you in any other way, okay? And she gives once more the sickly sweet smile, with her eyes closed.
I'll let you know. Look forward to you when we fight again, maybe.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it myself. And this
She takes
time
the-
her smile becomes more malicious. What were you saying, Alo?
Killing you would be the smart action. Long
It
time
would.
ago would I would think that.
It would, but you are the good guys, aren't you?
Alar pauses at this as the word echoes in her mind, and then she casts fear on her.
Okay. So that's a wisdom save, yes?
That's wisdom save of 15.
Okay. She passes.
I suck at this shit.
Her charm does end though.
Her charm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Dang, that succeeded?
Yep.
Wasted it.
Well, it's not like she knew you tried to use it on her.
I think she does now. Because that's if she succeeded, she wouldn't know.
No, it says if the target succeeds, the target has no hint that you tried to charm it.
Well, have a good talk with your friends there, hero. I'll be sitting here in this cage, eating this apple or whatever fruit this is. And then she starts munching on it super loudly and obnoxiously.
So focused on chewing it, she chips a tooth.
I actually did wipe my lip.
Yeah, I hope you're alright.
Nah, I'm fine. It was only a minor one. So what do
You
you do?
remind me a
Lar?
lot of. You remind me a lot of Loriska, except you don't have the heart in it. I don't believe. That's very fair. Alrighty. Well, I'll see what the others want to do with you.
Toodaloo.
You already know my vote.
Have a wonderful day, hero.
Right. Alar starts to walk out, looking away. Sword in hand. And she heads over to Alex and the others and shows them the sword.
Wow, she actually gave it up.
She knows her. She knows where she stands.
Well,
Okay. Dennis, identify.
yeah, Alex nods and says, yes, I was going to say, I want to know if there's a secret enchantment on this or something. I want to know everything about this.
He casts Identify with his pearl, which is still cursed.
Yep, fortunately for you, there's only one door in the demiplane. Well, two. There's
Wait,
one to Elnath's place.
Even in our bedrooms?
Oh no, your bedrooms do have doors. I'm sorry. There's 3 places that have doors. So, You spend 10 minutes identifying it. It is indeed the sword.
Okay.
No
If you wanna-
curses, no differences, no changes. It is simply
Yeah.
the sword.
It appears to be only the sword. There's nothing else on it.
Okay, so out of character, if you all want to get a good look at it, just look up Greater Silver Sword in the compendium.
Great silver sword, here we go. And Alex looks over the thing and he just says, "Yeesh, that thing looks really nasty, doesn't it?"
Yeah. I guess you need a serrated edge to cut souls.
I mean, to be fair, if you were to cut anything, I mean, you'd want a serrated edge. That way you could get through it a lot quicker. Although, mind you, with that, you'd probably be going back and forth quite a bit, and that's just, it's a whole... Because why am I even talking about this?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so, yeah, that's, Alex looks over at the size of the thing. Yeah, no fucking way I'm lifting that thing.
So-
I'm sorry, Allah. She didn't get charmed. The sword made her immune to being charmed.
What did?
The sword. It says you become immune to being charmed.
Oh, okay, cool. Another thing that counters bards entirely.
Well, she wasn't attuned to it for the fist, so she still had to roll for that. But
Yeah.
just letting you know.
I know. Good to know my strategy was completely pointless.
Hang in there.
Alright, so either this is going to, he looks to, it's either going to you, or it's going to Grisura.
But it requires attunement by a creature that has psionic abilities.
Yeah, well, we haven't exactly defined what psionic abilities are.
Yeah, out of character. Out of character. Me and Lala kind of sorted something out. In character, yeah, Fiona's just as clueless as you are.
I mean, Alex thinks about it and he says, well, psionic is derived from the mind, correct?
More or less.
I know that's a simplification, but in essence, it comes from the mind, correct?
Somebody with psionic abilities will have likely focused their training on magic as well. Where are we going to find somebody who with psionic abilities that's also strong enough to carry a two-handed sword?
Well, I mean, he looks over to Grisura. Well,
she's got that headband.
Yeah, true. With that headband, her spells pack quite a punch, and she's got quite a good head on her now.
Grisura, you're muted.
Hold on, something's up. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, this thing's not exactly suited to any of us, but I think Grisura would be the best choice.
Yeah, Alex kind of laughs and he says, yeah, I mean, because, sure, I've been working out a lot, but I mean, compared to you and her, I look like a wet noodle.
While you guys are talking about this, Dennis seems to be thinking about something.
You're taking something and it's hurting my ears.
I know, Dennis, you don't even know how to use a sword. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, dude, seriously, like, you have virtually no weapon proficiencies.
True. But what if there was a way to make someone stronger who had magical abilities?
Okay, but the question still remains: gameplay-wise, do you have martial weapons as a proficiency?
No, I don't.
Then
But he's
it
still
I
thinking
think
about.
I know the spell you have in mind, dude, and yeah, that's gonna be wildly impractical for regular use.
Well, he's still working on making it. He's still just barely forming it in his mind, so he doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
My laptop overheated.
No worries. You're also coming in a bit soft, but we'll stay quiet.
I'm on my
Well-
phone right now. I just haven't brought it close to my mouth yet.
All right.
But
yeah, Alex looks over to the sword and then looks over to Grisura. I understand that you're more of a two-hander sort of individual, but well, for the sake of our plan, could you?
Dual wielder, Alex. The dual wielder.
Yeah, I know. Look, man. I barely even know. I barely even know how to swing a giant sword. Just
okay,
lay off, will you?
Grisura, hey, Grisura, we know you can do two little swords. How do you feel about trying one big sword?
It may slow me down a bit, but I can deal more damage.
Yep, and well, you don't. Well, you can still cast your spells as long as you have a single hand free. Because and Alex lifts the blade a bit. It kind of like tings against the ground. Oh my goodness. Well, as exampled here, he puts it next to him and holds out a hand. As long as you're not swinging it, you can still use one hand for somatic components.
Grisura walks over, pushes up imaginary sleeves, and says, "Okay, here comes Miss Muscle." And she grabs the sword.
Yeah, no,
So, you are going to try and attune to it.
Yeah.
Alright, now you're on your phone, so you can't roll, can you?
So I guess the DM does it then.
Yeah, I can roll. I just needed to confirm that. Alright, let me see. So it's an intelligence saving throw. No, it's not a saving throw. Yep, it is. It is. Shouldn't it be straight intelligence, Fiona?
Intelligence, saving throw. I mean,
Because
with
they're
Grisura,
not
there's no
saving
difference. She's not-
against anything. They're just trying to attune to it.
With Grisura, there's no difference.
Fair enough.
Oh!
She's not proficient.
Very
All
funny.
right.
Oh,
So
that-
let's see.
that was not high enough.
Okay. All right. So Grisura, as you try to attune to the sword, everything seems to go dark around you, and for a moment, you think you feel something creeping into you, like something slowly slithering over your mind. You reel back in shock, and you find yourself in a dark, blank, empty place. You recognize it as your mind, and you know you're safe here, but you don't feel ready to leave it just yet. As for everyone else, you all see Grisura freeze, paralyzed in place, for the next 8 minutes.
Yeah. So Fiona walks up to her. Fiona walks up to Grisura and kind of just waves her hand in front of her face.
Do I respond?
I can't hear you, Grisura. Let me turn you up.
Do I respond?
No, you're paralyzed for the next 8 minutes.
Okay.
Can Alex roll insight to see if he recognizes what's going on?
It would be a medicine check.
All right, medicine. Mind if I roll that?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
You have no idea other than they're unresponsive.
All right.
Okay, can I roll an and can I roll an Arcana check to see or that could work too, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, she's paralyzed. But, from the way she's twitching, you're pretty sure she'll recover with time.
Her body is reacting normally due to what would be considered paralyzation, so that's basically what's happening. She'll recover over time.
Alex,
Not
yeah.
sure the sword will be best for her.
Alex grips the bridge of his nose and he sighs. Of course, it's never that simple. God damn magic, I love it, but fucking hell, it is so convoluted and stupid and bullshit.
Well, there are some ways I could reinforce her mind, but now we know that this sword can be dangerous. Right.
Roughly 8 minutes or so pass, and Grisura, you find yourself back in reality with everyone sort of waving their hands in front of you. Before you get back to reality, though, does anyone take advantage of Grisura being unable to respond?
One moment while I roll a wisdom saving throw to see if I can resist the temptation.
I knew someone would. Roll it.
Oh my.
Well,
What's the DC?
15.
Okay, so I need to find a marker. I'm just gonna go with the classic mustache and glasses.
Classic.
Just draw mustache and glasses on her face.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually, I've got one too.
I'm gonna Jigglypuff her.
What are you doing, Alex?
Wait, while she's paralyzed at that and Vierna's finished like doing the mustache thing, he decides, fuck it, might as well. And he sets up him and the frozen Grisura as playing a game of poker. When Grisura comes to, she realizes she's winning.
Grisura, when you come back to reality, you're holding, oddly enough,
hold on. Before that, I set up a mostly empty bottle of whiskey open right next to Grisura on the table.
Okay.
And I put a top hat on Grisura. Don't ask where I got it.
Okay. So, Grisura, as you come to, you are holding a deck of playing cards, and you've not played much of the game, but this it's a full house. You've got a winning hand here, and you notice that to your right there's a bottle of half-finished whiskey, and you can feel a hat on your head.
Can I roll an insight check to see if I figure this out, that it's all BS or not?
You may.
Can you do it for me? I'm still loading.
I can do that. Insight. 11. You kind of know something's up, but you're not too sure.
My passive deception is 12. So yeah, I don't think you would have beaten either of us.
Okay. So what do you do,
Okay,
Grisura?
I'm gonna.
Well,
Okay, so-
I look at my hand, raise an eyebrow. You know, whatever happened to me would have been an interesting opportunity to get me into a dress.
I mean, Alex shrugs. I mean, you're more of a, I don't know, maybe you could rock a dress. I mean, it depends, but I mean, like, you know, it'd probably be the full cocktail dress, because...
I prefer pants and a shirt, thank you very much.
Everyone
Well,
else?
like,
She has glasses and a mustache drawn on her face, just to remind everyone.
Yeah. By the way, Vienna's once we got that set up, Vienna started examining the sword really closely to see if she can figure out what just happened.
Roll Arcana.
Yeah, like
What
oh,
kind
and
of
I'm
maybe-
yeah, and Yeah. So also I'm gonna cast Fox's Cunning on myself, so
Okay.
to get advantage on this check.
Okay.
What kind of save is it to not laugh?
Wisdom.
Part of me
Constitution.
thinks it's a charisma.
11. That was a waste of a spell slot.
I'd say wisdom myself, but whatever you want to roll, whatever you can justify it with. So,
I think it'd probably be charisma. Actually, it's the wrong button. Actually, it doesn't matter. What's the DC?
10.
Okay, so I managed to stifle a laugh.
All right.
So,
Well, anyway.
Vienna, unfortunately, you're not able to really tell much except that the sword doesn't feel very friendly. In fact, even as you're lifting it, it feels heavy to you. And you carry a massive hammer.
Hey, Dennis, you're a nerd. Can you figure out what happened?
I attempt to pick up the sword. Is it heavier than before, if I have ever lifted it before?
It's a heavy sword. You can just barely lift it.
Well, since we all have so much time on our hands, I'm going to see if anything changed.
Yeah. While he's doing that Alex is mentally calling a certain elf.
Give me a second. I need to read the description of Identify really quick.
No worries.
Right, do you cast it using a higher level spell slot? Alright. As you try to cast Identify on it, the sword falls out of your hands, breaking the spell. You didn't drop it.
It just falls through my hands?
It seems to almost push itself away from your hands, making you drop it. I mean, it was a very heavy sword, so you couldn't really grip it too tight.
Okay. I'm going
to try to identify it while it's ground.
Yeah, and I'm going to cast it. And I'm going to cast Detect Magic to see if I can figure out exactly what kind of magic is surrounding this thing. I mean, it can cut souls, so I assume necromancy, but what else?
Alright, so, Alex, you call a certain elf and you get a very half-sleepy response, and he says, do you require something, Alex?
Sorry to wake you up, Belnath, but we've kind of got a bit of an issue.
I will be over in around 10 or so minutes.
All right. Again, sorry for waking you up.
All right. So, what are you doing, Vienna?
And I'm casting Detect. And I'm casting Detect. I am casting Detect Magic, looking intently at the sword,
Alright.
to see if I can figure out exactly what is going on magically with it.
Alright, it is indeed magical, and its school is...
Because I figure there's got to be more than one thing.
Evocation, I think?
Makes
So
sense.
evocation, so it can like blast things.
If you're looking for the magic weapon spell, that would be Transmutation.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
If you're looking for the magic weapon spell, that would be Transmutation.
Ah, okay. Transmutation then, I guess. I was more thinking, it's a weapon, it destroys stuff, so... I digress. So, about 10 minutes pass, and Elnath sort of meanders over, he just sort of, oops, sorry, Dennis, sort of wanders over, and he says, "So, what can I help you with this day?"
Alex points over to the sword.
That is indeed a
We,
sword.
Yeah, but it seems to have an attitude.
Well, have you determined if it lives? There are living swords.
Alex looks to it, then looks back to Elnath. Looks to it, back to Elnath. Yeah, you know what? I'm not surprised.
If it's alive, if the sword is alive, how do we communicate with it?
So, by this point, Dennis, you finish your identify with the sword on the ground, and the second identifier allows you to determine it is indeed a living sword.
So, it's a living sword.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so it is alive. Problem is that when Grisura tried to attune to it, it apparently didn't like that.
Well, living magic swords have to pick their owners.
And
You
this
have to
thing,
be very convincing.
and this thing apparently chose her. And he points back over to where Felicia is.
Elnath shrugs. There are evil swords.
Or maybe she was just able to brute force it somehow.
I mean, considering she is apparently in a pact with a great old one, a mental fortification wouldn't exactly surprise me. Mind you, though, your sister kind of strikes me as dumb.
Yeah.
Just yeah. Just yeah.
Dennis has a thought. Maybe I could try to attune to it just to see if we could move forward, and if we do move forward, then we can worry about things there. Or at the very least, we'd probably be able to communicate with it. Just an attempt. He says to the sword, "If you let me attune to you, then we can discuss what is wrong. And I will unattune to you if you do not want me, but we probably won't be able to talk with you unless you're attuned to someone."
Well, if that is all you need, I am going to get back to my elf nap.
Night.
He smiles and points to Elnath. We've made it a thing! We've made it a thing! Can't take it back!
He heads to his room and snuggles into his heart-shaped bed.
So, yeah,
The
sorry to say...
perpetrator? Oh, that would be inside, Grisura.
But yeah, sorry to say, Grisura, seems like we might need Dennis to figure this out for a bit, then it might be willing to attune to you.
So, just a flat intelligence?
Are you trying
Insight.
to attune to it?
No, I was just
At the very least, to try to communicate with it.
It does
If we
not
can go any
respond.
further-
It is a sword. It does not have a mouth.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to attune to it, so we can have a conversation with it.
That is
And
a...
I vocally said this out loud so the sword could hear. Hopefully.
Okay, can I ask you for your roll now?
Okay.
Roll me straight intelligence.
Oh dear.
Alright.
So, by the way, in case any of you were wondering, that's the madness table she's rolling on.
Oh, 10 minutes. Lucky. So 24. Alright. So. Okay. Okay. So, Dennis, while attuning to it, you feel a presence sort of curl and begin to tickle. It feels like something's tickling your brain, and you just can't stop laughing, and you're just laughing, screaming, weeping. You are incapacitated.
By laughing. Oh joy.
And spends the duration screaming, laughing, and weeping. Yeah, he's gone mad.
Yay. Ola walks over and takes the sword, trying to lift it up.
It's very heavy.
Wow, this thing is heavy. Wonder how long this one will affect him, though.
Probably about as long as what happened with Rosura. This thing is starting to be more trouble than it's worth.
Again, and it's not again, it might not be essential to kill the dragon, but I don't really have a solid plan without it.
So one of us needs to attune to it, then.
Well, we'll just keep trying. I suppose eventually we'll probably succeed.
Is Grisura making an attack roll against Vienna?
So what do you guys want to do?
I know that I got madness, but did I succeed or did I fall? Okay.
I mean, madness typically means you don't succeed. Like, have you seen Contact on the Plane? Literally, you literally roll on it, and if you succeed, you can ask questions. If you fail, you go insane.
So 10 minutes or so pass, and Dennis eventually stops laughing and screaming hysterically.
My throat hurts. What happened?
You went into a 10-minute laughing fit.
Oh joy.
I mean, it was kind of funny at first, then it just kind of got really worrying. And by the end of it, like, I seriously did think you were probably starting to die from laughter.
Bad to say. Let's give it a shot.
So, maybe
Yep.
try again later.
I'm sorry, guys. Do you mind if I step? I'm sorry, guys. Do you mind if I step out for a minute?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Be back soon, okay?
No, not that step out. Like Alex was saying.
Okay,
Do you mind if I
okay.
step out? And he goes over here and just kind of walks through the new area.
Alright. You pass by the cages, the jail cells, the field that seems to have grown right out of the black ground below you. And you have an area that currently doesn't have anything, and then you've got the stables with your pets.
He turns to Felicia and he says, "Hello there."
Hello.
So, yeah, that little weapon of yours seems to be quite a handful.
Yeah, having fun? She gives this knowing smile, like she knew this would happen.
I mean, to be fair, it is kind of a bit funny. We've had a bit of fun with it. Like, I mean, one of us tried to attune to it, and she just froze. I just decided to put a pack of cards in her hand.
Well, it sounds like you're having good fun then.
Well, considering how fucked the world is, you kind of need to laugh at something, even if it's yourself.
To each their own.
Look, Felicia, can I be real with you?
I can't really stop you now, can I?
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? He smiles, knowingly back. Do you enjoy living the life you do?
Yes.
It's just that, and he kind of leans against the little. Look, let's make it no secret. You don't like your mom, do you?
Well, She glances around briefly and then she says, "No, not really."
Well, I mean, to be fair, she is kind of an old an old bitch, isn't she?
You try growing up as the second youngest in a family where, as far as your mother is concerned, only the firstborn was actually successful.
Yeah. I mean, you guys kind of did have. I mean, hell, even I can tell you guys have it rough.
As far as my mother is concerned, I'm just Vienna's replacement.
And as far as she's concerned, you're not even a good replacement.
You could say that, yes. But what are you getting at?
Not really getting at anything, just making small talk. Thing is,
Have you decided whether I'm to live or die yet?
I was originally all for killing you, but, you know, it's not really worth the effort or the money to resurrect you.
Can I go then?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
Well, I guess I'll
Look.
just sit here.
Look, one warlock to another. I know that you're capable of so much more. Your mother might not believe it, but I do. And, well, whether you believe it or not, you can do great things.
Oh, I know. I
You
am
can-
God's gift to this world.
He blinks and he says, "All right. Well, when you say God, what God? Are you talking Mr. Ooga Booga that lives in your mind, or are we talking like Sasha?"
I'm not talking about your minor gods. I'm talking about the god. The drow god.
Oh, you mean this spider fucker herself?
Her eyebrow twitches a bit and then she says, "The point being, I know I'm special. I know I'm important. I don't need other people to tell me that."
Exactly. And here's the thing. Your mother doesn't believe that.
What's your point?
My point is, what do you think you should do? Because you didn't get your powers from her. You got them from somewhere else. She doesn't hold you.
Your point?
If you wanted, you could make a move.
Oh yeah, I'll just make a move and you'll all kill me. I know when a fight is not worth fighting. 1v7 or 6, however many there are of you.
Uh-huh. And what about that special little blade of yours? Didn't think that would be a good idea.
Oh, you see, I knew that you wanted it, so I gave it. And it is my hope that if you are done, you will let me go so I can live my life instead of killing me.
Alex just kind of goes silent a bit and just kind of looks away, not really giving her much attention.
Yeah.
I'm honestly sick of all this, you know?
You're not going anywhere.
Well, what are you gonna do, hero?
Oh, honey. He looks to her with an almost creepy look. I never claimed to be a hero.
She just smiles back and says, "And yet you're trying to save the world, are you not?" And she just has this smug smile.
Saving the world is a consequence of what I'm trying to do, if I'm being honest. And he, grips the bar tightly. I can't stand someone telling me how I should live my life. That especially goes for your mother.
I don't really care what you do with my mother. I just want you to let me go.
Well, you kind of take orders from her, and you're... You know what, let me just end
She's
this
not
by
the
saying
boss
this.
of me. I do what I want.
And yet, there you were in nowhere, collecting funds and skimming shit off the people, my friends and family! Face it, you're a pawn to her. You always were, and you always will be. You say she's not the boss of you? I say you're exactly what she wants. A puppet that she can pull the strings on as hard as she likes, and you will keep going on it because you think you know better than everyone. Well, let me tell you this. Something from someone who's seen behind the curtain of reality. You are insignificant. You are powerless. And the world, the universe, it doesn't care what you think, what the truth is. All that matters is its truth. And that truth is, we are all horribly, horribly irrelevant. He slowly pulls back, and he just walks away.
She says nothing as you leave. Just watching you go.
Alex comes back, and he's in a bit of a foul mood, and he just sits down. I'm gonna relax for a bit, okay, guys? I need to de-stress.
So what is everyone else doing?
I want to cast Bardic Inspiration on myself,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to attune to the sword.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check. Straight intelligence.
I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration when I use this too.
Okay.
Oof.
Alright.
That's a
That's-
9.
Okay. Let's have a look. So you
I just
rolled
can't roll
a
anything today.
61. Alright. So, as you attempt to attune to the sword, you feel something start to cloud your vision, and you begin to see illusions of decapitated centaurs everywhere.
Alara just closes her eyes and remains silent and drops the sword.
It clatters to the ground. You have that for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alex sighs at this point and just says, you know, maybe we should get WizTig. He could help us with this.
Dinner says, yeah, that actually might help. You might
I
know
think-
a better way to communicate with the sword than attuning to it.
I think the eagle dogs need to stretch their wings a bit anyway. I mean, sure, they're getting settled into new homes, but I bet they would like flying around a bit.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Alex goes and confirms with Grizzer and Vierna that we should all probably head over to Frozen to maybe get WizTig's help.
And break in our new mounts while we're at it.
Okay.
But yeah, he goes over to Grizzer and
Let me know when the effect ended.
Yeah, it ends pretty quick. You got the shortest time, so you open your eyes
Yeah,
about 5 minutes later and it's gone.
Okay.
Alright, well, she's sleeping. Alex goes and gets Vierna. Hey, Vierna!
Yeah.
I introduced the idea to everyone that we should probably go and get Wiztig's help with this stupid sword. Maybe let our eagle dogs and the like stretch their wings a bit. What do you reckon?
Sure.
Oh, are you heading all over to Wistig?
Yeah, this sword's proving to be more of a, well, pain in the ass than it really should be, so, you know.
Is it a long sword?
It's a great sword.
Good sword.
He briefly goes through a book as if he's looking into something, and he seems to be mumbling a bit, and after a moment he says, "You know, I think I can actually wield that."
Who is saying this?
Elnath.
It might not be the best idea. There are a couple reasons why that wouldn't be a good idea. One, I'm not sure we want to compromise your mind.
I mean, Vierna, he's kind of already mad enough as it is. I don't think it would affect him too much.
We're all a little mad here. And he gives this sort of mischievous smile. We're all mad here.
But
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
I do kind of...
Yeah, also, plus, if it got with the big final battle, I imagine you just want to go dragon.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'd
So,
rather keep that sword in the hand. Like, I think in that case we'd want the sword in the hands of someone who could use it.
Well, here's the thing, Wistig won't be able to use it either.
Well,
Yes,
well,
we know,
we
but we're just thinking maybe we can properly talk to the thing.
Yeah. Like... yeah, what Alex said.
Because honestly, this thing like every time we try to attune to it, it's like, nope, nope, nope. It's starting to become annoying.
Yeah.
My ears.
Sorry, I'm very sorry about that, Lala.
So, changing the subject, Wistig. Why is this shelf covered in padlocks? And I'm pointing at a row of books.
Oh, those are the permanent boosts. They're one of a kind, you see.
Oh, those are the 7K ones, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that I have to actually have you pay for because, well, I was going to use them myself, but if you want them.
Okay, where's the key?
I have it.
Could you unlock it, please?
I can, but you need to pay for them.
How much?
7,500.
Okay, hey, all the more reason to get to Frozen.
Now, the better question is, what are we going to do about her? Granted, that's your sister. What are we going to do about her?
I mean, we could just let her stay in that cell and keep eating apples.
I mean, we could, yes, but... Alex thinks for a minute. Would your mother consider her worth trying to retrieve?
I mean, I think... I don't know if she has access... I don't know if... Letting her go would be a mistake. She's a security risk.
Well, I mean, how so? It's not like she can just take the keys from us.
Yeah, but yeah, but nothing concrete I can specifically think of, but she might be able to come up with something. I don't know. I just think that letting her go would be a bad idea. Who knows what she's noticed?
Well, I mean,
Hey,
did you blind...
Santa! Can I have some more food, please?
Yeah. She goes over and gets it, just walks away afterward.
Thank you. And she begins munching again. Um.
I don't know. I mean, Elnat, how secure? Well, how secure are you in the knowledge that this place is 100% unpenetrable?
Upstairs, 50. Downstairs, 100%. There is only one way in, and the only way in is if I allow you.
Well, that's another reason to get the frozen. I'm going to reinforce the upstairs.
Probably a good idea.
And to do that, I need components from Mercy and a delivery I'm expecting there.
I actually need to talk to him a bit myself. Oh wait, yeah. Vierna, I just wanted to say one last thing, if that's all right.
Yeah.
You can get in contact with your father, can you?
Yes. I don't know if he's on the same. I don't even know if he's on the same plane.
Likely isn't, but your sending can travel across planes, correct?
I don't actually know. Out of character. Let me check that.
I remember
It
reading
can,
that.
but
It
there's
says
a 5% chance it won't make it. 5 or 10% chance.
It's a 5%.
Like yeah, I always keep forgetting that. Yes.
All right, just wanted to make sure of that. Alex says nothing more and he leaves.
So, you all begin to head to Frozen, yes?
I'm
Yep,
saying,
But I mean,
see what these people do.
Allah, what did you say?
I'm staying.
You're staying in the demi-plane?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alright, so you all approach your pets. The owl cat named Sparkles/Hathor, depending on who you ask, narrows her gaze at you as
hello, Sparkles,
you approach.
Conqueror of Worlds. How are you today?
Have you cast... you can't... Can you speak to
Oh, right, I can't. I forgot about that. Just after he says that, he's like, oh, right, you can't respond. Just a moment. And he starts ritual casting this.
Alright, after a minute, you hear the very deep voice of Sparkles, and she says, I am content, though I do wish I had a squishy toy to beat.
We can see what we can do about that.
I wish to beat up the squishy toy and show my dominance.
Sure.
It must
Okay.
speak. And you all hear everyone else, you hear a series of chirping, and then a loud, ah!
Yeah.
I'll make sure we find one that squeaks.
Make it
I'm
so.
going to
Just this is mentally and out loud for everyone else's convenience.
Right. Hey, so when Vierna gets to Versa, is this a stable? I guess she's going to Vierna is going to check the math homework she left for Vers.
Math homework?
Math homework. I'm gonna if I'm gonna have a mount, then that mount is gonna be smart.
Alright, give me a second to
I came up with this just now, and that's why you haven't had any advance warning.
Okay. That explains it then. Let me look at things for a second. Okay, so this one is the one with slightly higher intelligence. So you look to the math homework; it's completely untouched.
Okay, and I was half expecting to find this eaten, so this is a good start.
Alex leans over from the stall over and says, I mean, what exactly Fact, like, do you really think she's just gonna sit down and do it?
You see,
Vienna. Oh.
You see Alex's eagle dog lean around the corner and give a and just sort of gently nudge him, accidentally pushing him a bit.
Yep, that's right, Asher. She's a real. She really didn't know any better, did she?
You know, Vienna, if you actually wanted one that's smart, you probably should have laid claim to Sparkles over here.
That thing has Felicia's attitude.
I
It's not-
see.
Besides, owlcats are overrated. He says as he's scratching Asher's head. Sorry, I mean owlcats. Yeah, owlcats. That's what I meant to say, I think.
He nuzzles you and then accidentally knocks you over and begins licking you with his long snake-like tail, snake-like tongue.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough, buddy.
So,
Alright.
you all head out?
Before heading out, Dennis says, and I will see what I can do to get something that will help you talk. Because ritual casting this every time we want to talk is troublesome.
So, as you all step onto the saddles after just managing to squeeze them out of the demiplane, and find Vienna, please.
Sorry. Hey, like Vienna says, we really need to install some hangar doors in this place.
I can't talk. You're making sounds and it's making me lose my train of
Right.
thought.
Sorry.
Alright, so you managed to squeeze them out of the door to the demiplane and you find yourselves in the forest. Asher is all but ready to go. He's practically already jumping off and ready to take off, barely giving Alex enough time to even get on before he's off and up in the air. Vers waits patiently for Vienna to hop on and then just jumps into the air and begins to fly off. Sparkles, on the other hand, is pretty unresponsive for about 5 minutes before Dennis eventually tries to get her to usher along, and she still doesn't move. What do you do, Dennis?
I assume this is after Dennis said that.
Yeah, after.
Sparkles, could you please take us to Frozen?
No. Roll me a persuasion check. Or animal handling.
Let's see, persuasion or animal handling. You know, as much as I want to do persuasion, he's better at animal handling. Actually, he says to Sparkles, if you want a squeaky toy, it would be much easier for me to procure one in Frozen.
That actually gets the disobedient cat up, and with a sigh, she hops into the air and idly glides behind the two eagle dogs. And it's clear that she could easily overtake them, but she's just sort of lazily flying. Flap.
Yeah, so how fast exactly are these things going?
You're able to cover the distance from nowhere to Frozen in a single day.
I mean, now, I was thinking in terms of combat application, but I guess we can worry about that later. You have introduced these things. Do not think I expect some aerial combat in our future.
That's fair. I just need to think, cause let's say when they're set to a glide, like it takes them a while to get into a proper glide, but I'd imagine they'd be able to go 120 feet turn, and once they get settled into a glide, they'd be able to coast it around, I'd say, 2,000 feet.
Yeah. So 120. We'll say 120 in combat then.
Like these are just very basic guesswork numbers. I can get you some proper details once I've gone over the things, but they're covering like a 20-day journey in 1 day. So they're pretty
All right, then.
fast once they get into a glide. You're still in the demi-plane, Grizura. So, with these, you land in Frozen.
Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is drop by the post office to pick up my money.
Alright. You indeed find your money in them.
Alright. Second thing I'm gonna do is drop by Mercy's place.
Alright.
Yeah, like Alex is just basically waiting for her outside the shop.
Do you open the demi-plane for those who are in the demi-plane to get out and walk around?
Oh yeah, we do.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to leave the demi-plane and arrive in Frozen.
Yeah, like I mean, we have to do that. We have to do that anyway to get our mounts back to their stables.
I need to
Then
update
to-
Mercy's store too, anyway.
Then to prevent people from suffocating.
So,
Okay.
bark, bark. Bark.
Okay, that is my dog. For flavor, we will say it is the is the eagle dog's demanding dinner.
It's probably Ash or Taza. Vers isn't
Yeah,
I was
the kind
gonna-
to beg. He's
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say
busy.
it's probably Asher just getting too excited.
So,
Yeah. My dog barks at shadows on the ceiling.
So, you all head into Mercy's store, and to your surprise, it's very dark inside. And as you enter, Mercy actually already has a spell cupped in his hands as you enter before he releases it, and then pauses for a moment, and then slaps his cheeks a few times, and then goes, "Hello, and welcome to Mercy's Great Emporium."
Oh, I hope we weren't interrupting anything.
Oh, no. Everything's absolutely fine in here, don't you worry.
Really?
Okay.
Because that actually, can Alex roll a Arcana to see if like he noticed what sort of spell that was?
He dispelled it too quickly, and it was a prepared spell, so there was no actual head movement, so you wouldn't be able to tell what it is, but...
Okay. But yeah, Alex probably assumes that it was meant for an attack.
Oh yeah, everything
Really?
is...
Because it.
Go on.
Really? Because you look like you were about ready to shoot someone's head off.
Oh yes, I thought you were coming in from Prosh. My apologies.
Oh, yeah.
It's
no.
gotten
I-
that bad.
Oh yeah, the fights are... The fighting has really gotten really dire. I believe only the syndicate, and he begins to list them off on his fingers, and basically what he says is that there's only 3 great families, air quotes, in Prosh anymore. One of them being the syndicate, the other being the Lich guy, and a third being one you have yet to meet, and yeah.
Oh. Like Dearna's nodding like, uh-huh. Well.
Wow, we
We
Yeah.
made a mess.
you know what, the best kind of mess.
Yeah.
Because
So anyway,
anything that yeah.
So anyway, Mercy, like there are a few things I need, but for now, let's just focus on the 2. I need a scrying focus, preferably one small enough to be kept in my pocket or my bag or whatever. And I also need this list of specialized herbs and incenses.
Alright. So he'll be able to get you everything that you list, but again, just add about 50 gold per each different unique item, just because again he is running a business.
Of course. Okay, so that's gonna be 20. Okay, that's gonna be 2,100 gold total then.
And he provides the items, and he just says, "But yeah, things have been quite chaotic over in Frosh, but surprisingly, things are very quiet over in Shady Sands."
Huh.
Well, considering that the syndicate took over that place, I'm not entirely surprised that the entire town, based around, unregistered thievery, is probably gone a bit quiet.
Well, no, it was quiet before, but I mean it's gone deathly quiet. Like, I've not seen a single person since, 2 weeks ago, give or take. It's like the entire town has become abandoned. In fact, I'm nearly about to close the store there because there's no demand for it.
Leave the teleporter open. Well, leave the teleporter functional just in case.
Fair point.
All right. Well, you've done all your shopping, Fiona?
No, they didn't, Bagra.
Indeed. Yeah. For now. And there is a scroll I need, but I'm kind of prioritizing my budget right now. So I'll get back to you on that. I'll get back to you on about that at a later date.
Of course. Pleasure doing business with you. Do you need anything, Alex?
Quite a few things. Some questions of a personal matter, but you remember that rod that I asked you to hold for me?
Yes.
Well, I would like to make a transaction.
All right.
And
so the Rod of the Pact Keeper, right?
Yep, Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Alright, let me pull it up real quick. Let me see. I can hear you typing. So
That was me.
it's under
Sorry.
uncommon. So alright, well, a Rod of the Pact Keeper will cost you 300 gold, but with your, what is it? Loyalty
Discount.
program, that's right. You got the loyalty card.
Yeah.
So you get a 30 gold, I think is 10%. So you get it for 280, I believe.
All right.
Let me just check that really quick. Math. Yeah. So you get it for 280. No, 270, I'm sorry.
All right, 270. Just need to do quick calculations myself. 6, 7, 1, 3.
And I need to strike through that.
Take a 280. Did you say?
Yep, 270 actually. I counted it
270.
wrong. Rod of the Pact
All right.
Keeper +1 is now yours.
All right. Alex takes it, and he says, "Thank you very much."
Of course. Have a wonderful day, alright?
And, well, I actually wanted to ask you a few personal questions, if it isn't too much to ask.
Oh, of course. Ask right away.
Well, I'm not entirely sure if this is supposed to be just like a one-on-one thing or if Fiona should be here, but I might as well. Fun?
Wait, I am here.
Okay. But, Messi, well, I wouldn't exactly call us the closest of friends, but we have known each other for quite a bit now, haven't we?
Oh, of course.
So, I hope it isn't considered an imposition when I ask, where are you from?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, well, and he chuckles a bit and he says, I'm from a distant land where technology exists. you don't know what technology is, but trust me, when you guys get technology, you are going to love it. It's like
Alex.
magic, only with gears and cogs and... yeah.
Alex slowly nods. You know, I've never seen you outside this store.
Well, that would be because I don't actually live on your island.
I had a feeling you weren't from around here.
It's the pants, isn't it? The fact I don't wear them, it gives it right away.
Well, I mean... Alex kind of shrugs, gives a smile. Well, it's more of your taste in, the finer colors in life, and he gestures to, his shawl or what have you.
Oh,
Not many
yes.
people on this island wear orange, and those who do, we tend to, be a bit in our own little world, so to speak.
Well, this is quite common wear from where I'm around. But I digress. Why do you ask?
It's just, well, may I be straight up and down with you?
Oh, of course.
I've started doing a bit of theory crafting myself. And, well, a lot of it based around theoretical stuff. My magic isn't to the point where it's my own and I can create this sort of thing myself, but I began to think if I could make teleporting more convenient for people. And, well, if I'm being entirely honest, I based my theory off of your own use of teleportation.
Oh yes, my teleportation, yes.
Of course, it's a closely guarded secret, and I would, look, out of respect not only as a businessman, but, well, he pauses for a bit and thinks, out of respect as a friend as well, I wouldn't ask you to reveal that to me.
I'll tell you what, 3,000 gold, and I'll tell you exactly how it works.
Is that a deal for now, or something that I can hold on to for some time?
Oh, whenever you're ready for it, of course.
Seems like a good idea, but are you sure? It seems like you wouldn't exactly want to introduce competition such as that.
He laughs and then says, you have all been using it and not even realized it. It's not that big a secret.
Well, I just mean more of you're the only store in Mayhem. Well, granted, probably where you're from it's more common, but... you know.
You see, the thing about the spell and the magic that I use, and he leans over, whispering into Alex's ear, and he says, not everyone can cast at the level I do.
Alex slowly nods. Ah, so that's it, is it? He smiles and taps the side of his nose.
So I'm not too worried about it becoming competitions, shall we say.
Very
After
well,
all,
then.
who can beat my face? And even you have to admit, I do amazing service.
Well, well, honestly, who can beat you?
Exactly.
You're a handsome guy. You're a handsome guy. You offer great service, even delivery. Triple threat right there.
Oh, you. And he mocks a blush. You know, like, oh, you.
But in all seriousness, Alex does go contemplative for a bit. Things have really gone really messy lately, and it's, if I'm being honest, Frozen and this little humble shop, it's probably one of the only few refuges that me and my friends have from you know.
Well, all I can say is Her influence doesn't stretch as far as you'd think.
I know.
I mean, I don't really talk to them that much, but I have had a few individuals whom I will not speak about come in and purchase very expensive items for some sort of revolution or other.
Fair enough, I suppose. Mercy,
Yes.
I don't mean to be overly sappy, but thank you for your service and
Always a pleasure.
everything. I know it's just you looking out for yourself, and I don't entirely blame you, but I respect you, and as I said, maybe going past the business as a bit of a friend as well.
Well, I don't offer the loyalty program to just everyone, you know.
Alex smiles.
That's a lie. I do offer it to everyone, but I wanted to make you feel a little special.
Yeah, I know. Well, sorry to tie you up. I know you're probably very busy.
Oh, just about as busy as a piece of string, really.
Alright. Well, Alex opens up his hands and gives him a hug. You look out for yourself, alright, Mercy?
He returns it, giving you a pat on the back, and then says, "Now go. You've got a lot of work to do and a lot of friends to make, haven't you? Ta-ta!"
Yep. See you later. Thanks again for the rod.
And remember, Mercy's Great Emporium is here for you.
Did you cut that off on purpose, Lala, or did you cut out?
I cut out. Mercy's Great Emporium is here for you, is what I sung.
Anywho, Dennis actually went straight to the tower,
Okay.
and as typed in chat, he enters the tower and announces his presence using the button that his friend gave him. That makes an explosion noise.
Oh God, he's back!
You just hear smashing away.
He also said this. Hello. I need to talk to Wistig. Is he busy?
What one of the people running around panicking and trying to wrap things up pauses and goes, "Oh yeah, he's up in his office. He should be fine if you need to talk to him." "Oh God, Dennis is here!" and he runs back to his work.
Dennis continues to walk through the chaos up the stairs.
All right, you head up to the top floor and
Let's
you
see,
find
where is my
Wistig.
token? There it is. Hello, Master.
Yes, hello.
My friends and I have acquired a item for a certain task that I'm not allowed to talk about at the moment. Actually, redact. For a certain task that I don't remember what it was. But it seemed rather important. And he pulls out, or he attempts to pull out the sword. It just seems that it's alive and won't talk to us, and we want to talk to it. And then he gives up trying to pull it out of the bag. We've tried to attune to it a couple of times, and madness ensued.
Wistig also tries to pull it out and fails. Oof, that sword's quite heavy.
It is.
As for getting it to talk, well, there's not much you can do with magic swords, I'm afraid. They happen to be very stuck up, shall we say. They're very stubborn.
Okay.
You either have to beat them on their terms or be what they're looking for.
Okay. Anywho, that was the main question. Second question, just random. I have acquired an owl cat, and she wants a squeaky toy. Do you have any suggestions of where to get one?
Tig pauses for a moment, and let me see. I'm pretty sure he has that ability. Let me check real quick. Let me just check something really quick. I could swear he had the ability. Da 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 da. Sorry, he's got a lot of spells. Okay. Okay, it's not that. It's not that. Oops, wrong button. Sorry. Ignore that. I could have sworn he had it. Well, that's just a mess. I'll just leave that. But, he looks to you and he says, "Oh, well, I'm sure one of the conjuration wizards can conjure up a small squeaky toy for you."
Okay. Also, do you have any suggestions on how to make a magic item to enable communication with said owl cat without having to ritual cast telepathic bond whenever I want to talk to her?
Why don't you just create a magic item to cast it at will?
He thinks for a moment. I could do that. And then he asks, do you have any suggestions on any tips to make such an item?
He hands you a scroll of Rary's telepathic bond.
Do you want this back when I'm done?
Well, you'll use it in the spell. Do you have this spell? Do you have this spell or not? Because if you have it, then you won't need this. I do have the spell. All right, then you can just. I told you how to create magic items, did I not?
This is true. Just saying, if you had any additional hints you want to add for this particular
the higher the spell
case.
slot you infuse into it, the less time you'll have to wait between charges, shall we say.
Okay.
TLDR, for example, if you use a 9th level spell slot, it'll be at will.
Okay.
Just an example.
Does it have to be my spell slot?
I mean...
Just a
You're
thought.
the one making it, aren't you?
It's the person who's making it.
Okay.
Alright, so is there anything else anyone wants to do?
Vierna has still got stuff she's doing.
Okay, what are you doing?
Well, first thing I'm gonna do is go find Elnath.
Okay. He's still in the demi-plane.
Yeah, and I hand him 7,500 gold. Book, please.
Alright, he looks to you and he says, "Which one would you like? Are you looking to get a little smarter, a little stronger?"
A little wiser.
Alright, he goes over to the shelf and he pulls out, like, a key just magically appears in his hand and he turns it, unlocking one of the books from the shelf. Like, they're all separately locked, and then there's also a lock on top of the locks. And then he hands you the book and takes the gold and he says, "Alright, here you go.
Thank you very much.
Take care of it, and once you've used it, give it back to me and I'll put it on the shelf where it's safe."
Very well. And Vierna is going to head... Okay, and then... The next thing is going to do is she's going to head for the food stores, make herself several sandwiches, like something that will keep for an entire day.
Okay.
And she's gonna make herself a huge thermos of coffee. And just to be clear, she did her trance and swell on the eagle dog, so she has had her rest. and then she's gonna hang a "Do Not Disturb" sign on the library, and then, well, she's going to simultaneously read the Wisdom Tome, while also casting, this on the demiplane.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, please.
What?
I'm a fey creature, Vienna.
Yeah. And yes, but I can. But I can give you permission. Basically, it's going to affect anyone that isn't us or hasn't been explicitly invited in by us.
The exact sentence right there, Allah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not.
So
Yeah.
So you want this demi-plane to basically treat everyone like a vampire.
Yeah, so basically, so it's gonna keep out any celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead that haven't been explicitly invited. It's gonna keep those within from being affected by any such creatures. And as the additional effect, anyone who enters without permission has to roll a charisma saving throw, or be vulnerable to thunder damage while they're in there.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So that's gonna be my next 24 hours, just like reading the book with one hand while just holding my palm to the floor and my other palm to the floor, just channeling energy in.
All right.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else
Dennis is going to talk to Elnath, seeing how he's probably awake, and says, so when are we doing the Greater Restoration thing on Wiztig?
He looks to you and then says, we can do it right now. He goes up to Wiztig and he asks Wiztig to let him cast a spell. Again, he's in his Thanol disguise when he's outside, so just in case. And he casts the spell, and then he heads back into the demi-plane.
Okay. Dennis says to Wiztig, is there anything we might want to know that might have been revealed by the Greater Restoration?
He looks to you and he says, what do you mean?
What's her name? Actually, but Dennis actually says her name.
Julie?
Mm-hmm.
So you say Julie?
Yeah, do you remember who she is?
Nope.
Okay. That's odd.
I am very old. I forget a lot of things.
That's fair. I guess I'll talk to you later then, Master.
Good luck.
Just remember that if you come across her, to be wary of her.
Yes.
And he gives him an approximate description, so he might be able to positively identify her if she were to arrive.
All right. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do? Wants to do?
Oh yeah, one final thing.
Yeah.
Now that Alex has his rod, he goes looking for Allah, and likely finds her in the gardens. Oh,
yep.
Hey Allah, sorry to interrupt you. Do you have a moment?
She looks like she's pretty distant. Just think to herself.
Are you alright?
Yeah. What's up?
Well, I got a small present for you, if you don't mind.
What's the occasion?
Nothing, just something I don't really need anymore, and I imagine you'd probably get some good use out of it. Alex fishes through his pocket and produces the Ring of Spell Storing and hands it to Allah.
I actually don't know how that works.
Essentially, you can cast a spell, but focus it on the ring and allow you to store the spell, which you can then cast as an action. For example, let's say you put Healing Word in it, and then gave it to a fighter. That fighter could then spend an action to cast Healing Word.
Basically, it allows you to have more. You can cast more spells, as long as you put them into the ring. So, like, you can prepare this like a day before something happens, and you've got like two like an X amount of spells ready to go.
Okay.
Think
I'm
of
not
it
really
like
quite the.
you
so
can save up spell
useful.
slots from previous days if you didn't use them.
Okay,
Sorry, I interrupted you.
that's fine. Thanks, Alex. I'll try and use it to my best abilities.
Oh well, no worries. I just figured you'd probably make better use out of it than me because the ring can only store so much, and my magic, as volatile as it is, probably isn't the best choice for it.
You sure you don't need it?
Oh yeah, I'm all right. No need to worry. I've got my little thing Elnath gave me, and he points to the veins on. And thanks to this rod that I got from Mercy, he shows off the rod of the Pact Keeper. I can recover my spell slots.
Oh, I gotcha. Sounds really good.
So yeah, I should be good for any encounters or the like. So no need to worry on that.
Alrighty. I'll try and use the best of my abilities.
Alrighty then. Alex looks like he's just about to leave, but stops and he turns around and he says, "Say Allah." Allah.
What's up?
This is gonna sound a bit weird, but do you mind if I help you with your gardening?
If you like. Appreciate it. And she just goes
And-
back to the garden.
You then
And
hear
Alex,
a tiny voice speak up from around the corner, and Sren pokes her head out and says, Would you like some help from me too?
Alar smiles. She looks over to Seren. She has this tired looking face. Yeah, it takes a little bit for me to upkeep it, so I'd appreciate any help.
Oh, I'd be happy to help. What do you need me to do? I'm not much of a gardener, despite being green.
Alex, could you help with the tomatoes there? And Seren, you can help with flowers over here. I know you flowers live.
All right.
I
sure.
should take some of them before.
You're cutting out a lot.
sure.
Which one?
Allah, you're cutting out a lot.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Alex got that, and he says, "Sure, no worries," and he goes over to tend to the tomatoes.
All right. Sven will try to tend to the plants, but she doesn't really know what she's doing, so she just sort of pokes them.
Alar holds a watering can and shows Seren how to actually properly make sure in general.
Oh,
And makes
she
you want to watch out for leaves.
sorry.
Just make sure they're green enough, and just make sure they're all in general.
All right. Thank you, Allah. You're a really good teacher.
I try. It's nothing special.
So, Sven goes toward the plants, catching very, very, very often glancing over to Allah, and then back down to her work.
Are you doing okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Alrighty. Just let me know if you need any help.
Would you, would you like to go on maybe a picnic or something? I mean, there's this really nice spot in, well, I don't know where we are in relation to everything, but, you know, I'm sure there's a nice picnic spot somewhere.
Better pack up jackets around to pick the area right now.
Her eyes widen, and then she smiles and goes, yes!
Speaking of, maybe we can visit my sister and talk to her soon.
Oh, that would be lovely. I'd love to see, Eris, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. She's a very strong person.
Well, I still think you're stronger.
Alar pauses for a moment. She just cracks a smile. Thank you. Oh, speaking of, I do got a call, and she stops what she's doing. She actually goes to her setting.
Sren watches her go, and anyone watching would, with a perception of over, say, 10, so anything of 11 or over, would be able to clearly notice that Sren is sort of very clearly watching Allah.
Alex looks up from the fields and he notices this and he kind of like, leans over a little to like kind of get him, trying to see like what exactly is going on. And he kind of gets up and looks around the corner at Seren.
She's been watering the same plant for 5 minutes now while Allah makes the call.
Seren?
Yes, Alex?
That plant's gonna drown.
Oh, I'm sorry. She moves on to the next plants.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Were you looking at?
No. I was just worried because worried. Because, it's her sister and I was worried and,
Alex is kind of while she's taking care of that, he comes over and he gets down and whispers, "Hey, it's alright, don't worry about it, okay?"
Rura didn't tell you, did she?
Well, you were kind of making it a bit obvious.
Oh, gosh. And she covers her face going bright red.
Hey, it's all... He gently pats her on the head. Hey, it's alright, okay?
She just says, I gotta finish this and then go to my room. And she begins to very rapidly water the rest of the plants, trying to get done as quickly as possible.
Gently now. You need to be careful with plants. They need the right amount. You can't just do it all willy-nilly.
Sorry. And she does slow down and do it properly. She's clearly looking to get out of this situation.
So, Seren, deep breaths. It's okay. Deep breaths.
I'm fine, Alex. Alex.
All right. Well, if you do need to talk about anything, just come to me. Well, come get me.
I'm perfectly fine though.
All right. Well, the offer stands.
Yep.
He goes back in and he just kind of looks to Felicia and he says, "Someone's lovesick."
I am not. Her voice sort of squeaks a bit as she nearly shouts, but because she's such a quiet character, it's more like a "I am not." Like a loud whisper almost.
Well, back to it.
So, Allah, you contact your sister?
Yes. Eris, you there?
Hello, Allah. It's been a while. How are you?
I'm doing good. So happened.
You're cutting out. You have to repeat that.
I said I'm doing good. A lot of things have happened.
Well, I might as well tell you how we're doing over here. We've got everything set up. The camp is all ready to go, and we've resumed training.
That's good. I was hoping to maybe visit you guys.
Of course. Do you want me to come to Frozen and pick you up?
No. I'm going to show you something. I got something.
All right.
I'll go.
You're cutting out really badly, Allah.
Just move. It's already midnight.
Why don't you type it out if it's getting really bad?
Okay.
Sorry, you can't control your internet. But, yeah, once we finish with Allah here, we're probably gonna wrap up after this, so... I'm just
Where's
filling
the-
this... Wait. Allah, I'm just filling the space while you type, okay? But yeah, is there anything else anyone wants to do after we finish with Allah?
Does Dennis get a response from Sparkles?
I require a mouse with nip of the cat.
Where's the sword?
Dennis just face palms upon hearing this.
The sword, I imagine we probably just left it on the dining room table at this point.
He orders a squeaker mouse.
Okay.
He makes sure that it squeaks when it's squeezed.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to do?
Kagura is just eyeing the sword. He realizes that he was probably the only one that didn't try to attune to it today. He thinks it's This is crazy. I won't be able to hold this.
The sword remains stationary on the table.
He just looks at his right hand, at his hand, and says, "If even Dennis can try it, then I should. Then I ought to try too."
All right, roll
He
intelligence.
grabs the hilt of the sword.
All right, roll intelligence. The cat meows in the distance. While you do that, I'm gonna deal with Allah.
Roll an intelligence save or just
Straight
intelligence?
intelligence.
I mean, there's no difference for you.
So, Allah, Eris speaks back to you and then says, "Oh, I've heard about it, but... Well, you know what side we're on, little sis. We're on your side. That's never going to change, and... Well, we don't have many fighters that are trained, but... If some wish to go with you and help heal, you're allowed to ask them, and if they wish to, they may. So, Kagura. Making me pull out the madness table again. Let me have a look at this really quick. Let's see. So you rolled a 91. So, okay. So, Kagura, as you grab the hand of the sword, you immediately collapse to the ground, falling unconscious for 5 minutes. Blackout.
So much for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll intelligence a couple times just to make sure the dice aren't cursed. Okay,
Those-
so it
those-
might
those
work next time.
The only curse I see is that you. The only curse I see here is that you rolled one short of a nat 20.
I mean, out of character, you can try. I mean, you can try again at any time.
Guys. Eris speaks back and then says, "This is our battle too, sis. Don't forget that because of them, we had to move home. We might be semi-nomadic, but it's still our fight as well. I know some will definitely want to join and help." I'll see you soon, alright, Allah? Take care, little sis. Love you too. By this point, Seren has finished watering the plants and she's trying to sneak back to her room. I mean, I can roll stealth, but she's not gonna pass Allah's perception.
Yeah, Alex just lets it go.
Yes, of course, Allah. I'm sorry. Seren gives a quiet whimper. Alright. So, fair enough, Grisura. Take care. We're just about to wrap up anyway. I'm sorry. She runs off, going to her room. I'm sorry. And that's where we will end it. Unless there's something else anyone wants to blast off. Any final things, or are we good to end it?
There is other stuff that Vienna wants to do, but nothing that's gonna get done before she gets that book in the Hallow done.
All right. With that said, thank you all for tuning in. See you next week for followers of Mayhem, and the week after that, we will have to skip a week. I'm sorry, I don't like skipping weeks when I have to, when I don't have to, but I just have.
There will be Deviants of Chaos that week, though.
There will be Deviants of Chaos, so you won't be too hung out to dry. And there will be
Holy Mess?
Holy Mess, yes.
Yeah, that thing.
Alright, with that,
That's back on.
Yep.
have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good night. See ya.
Bye.